Okay, 1 minute. This is the question that I am discussing earlier. Just please go through this. Just please confirm, have we done this question in my video? What about this question? Just please go through this once. Thin rod of mass M, which is confined to move only in the vertical direction, is placed on a wedge of mass M. The wedge has a hemispherical cut out of radius R, and initially the rod is just under the upper rim of the hemisphere. The system is released from and all surfaces are smooth. See, first part of the question, what I have done is, this is the normal reaction direction. If this is the normal reaction direction, the vertical component is n sine theta, the horizontal component is n cos theta. Remember, I have obtained the relation between this AY term and AX term. AY term and AX term. So mg minus n sine theta is MAY. N cos theta. And what is responsible for the acceleration of this hemisphere? See, in fact, what is responsible, n cos theta is responsible. Okay. So I got this is the constraint relation. You see, please try to understand why I require constraint relation. I'll explain. See, sir, I don't know anything, but this particular chapter point of view could consider law of conservation of energy. Fine. So suppose if it has come down to this point, theta, it has displaced down by how much point? This is some r sine theta. So the rod has descended down by r sine theta. So mgr sine theta is half mv. Okay, k of the rod will have only vertical and the wedge have only horizontal. Vx square, Vy square. What is responsible for Ax Vy? The same constant relation is responsible for Vx and Vy also. So I have substituted here. I got a Vy mgr from this particular equation. I got the relation as you can see from here to here. From here to here. Okay, now what I have done is I have readjusted this properly. This is a function of sine theta minus sine cube theta. Now you do the differentiation of this to obtain the maximum value. So by doing which I got this, I got this, I got this. So simply I have substituted that in that. So the maximum speed of the rod is this. You can see here, I have derived here. Okay. So what is the first step? This is the first step. Estimation of loss in potential energy. When will the speed of the wedge be maximum? Can you give me any guess? When will the wedge will have maximum speed? For the total rod need to come till the bottommost point of the wedge. That is the maximum loss. And remember, at that instant, it won't have any velocity. So whatever the loss is there is totally shared as kinetic energy of the wedge. So what I have done here is simply the second part of the problem. I have simply done like this: a loss in potential energy, loss in potential energy part. Here you can take like this: the loss in potential energy part. Loss in potential energy is gain in KE of what? Gain KE of wedge per Vmax condition. So therefore, simply it is mgr is half m V maximum square. From this, you will get the relation. At least A you can do. Whether you are good with B, C, D or not, that's a different story. A and B you can do. And see, when the rod is at the lowest point on the hemisphere, the normal at the ground is 2 mg, which is wrong. Why it is wrong? I'll explain. Because it won't have any what do you call acceleration during that time. It has come to instantaneous arrest. There is no velocity there. And the normal reaction is mg there, actually. Mg, not 2mg. And I have obtained the expression for AX. You can see here these steps. Used this relation in this. I got AX. AX is AY tan theta, which can be written as G cos square tan theta, which can be written as G by 2 sin 2 theta. So I got the maximum acceleration as G by 2, but actually they have given it as a 3G by 2. So therefore, D is not the correct answer as of now for on the basis of my calculation. Are we clear? They have given 3G by 2. Maximum acceleration of the wedge is 3G by 2. As per my observation, maximum acceleration is G by 2. So if you consider this, this is the case when theta is 45. In that case, what happens to AY? For the same case, what happens to AY? AY is G, G cos square theta. AY is also Z by 2. When theta is equal to 45, for equal masses, already we have done AX and AY is the same. So that is also Z by 2. AY is also Z by 2. So in that case, AY is downwards actually. So in our formula, mg minus acceleration, normal reaction part I am finding. Normal reaction part. N sin theta is MAY. So N sin theta is mg minus mg by 2. This is mg by 2. So if n sin theta is mg by 2, even n cos theta is also mg by 2. That time, the acceleration, n normal component on the wedge is also mg by 2. But n is not this, n is root 2 mg. Because sin theta there is 1 by root 2. No, 1 by mg by root 2 actually. N is mg by root 2. In that case, this is a very, very important question. Really very important question. Copy. Actually, both are important questions. Right. I have done all that here. So therefore, I will so this we have done already. This is also a very good question, in fact. As mentioned by me, conservative force based, a lot of questions you will have. Arey, whenever this question is given, actually incorrect is what they're asking. Whenever this question is given, actually, F is, domain do not contain X, Y will never be equal to 0. That is not there in your domain. Right. We will not take the particle at those points. Next. You want incorrect answers in this. Now, if we try to please understand what is the nature of this force. Is this conservative or not? We need to check. For this purpose, we will do del bar cross F bar. Need to identify that F bar is nothing but yi cap minus xj cap by x square plus y square. You know, this is nothing but the magnitude of this is proportional to 1 by r actually. And this is not central force actually. This is not a central force. This is not a central force. Del bar cross F bar will not be equal to 0 for this. You can see that. Because if it is xi cap minus yj cap, that is a different story. But it is completely different. If you don't believe me, dou by dou x of j cap term minus x by x square plus y square minus dou by dou y of y by x square plus y square term. This you need to check. అంతే కదా డెల్ బార్ క్రాస్ సౌమ్య ఏమైపోయింది కనిపించట్లేదు యాక్చువల్గా ఇంకా రావట్లేదా Now what is happening over here? You need to do the fractional differentiation, which is 1 time x square plus y square minus x times 2x is the differentiation by x square plus y square whole square minus differentiation of this 1 time x square plus y square minus y into 2y. అంతే కదా if I am not mistaken కరెక్ట్గా చూడండి y into differentiation of this 2y by x square plus y square whole square. Partial differentiation, you will treat the other part as a constant. You are doing dou by dou x, y part is a constant for you. So what is going to happen here? What is common here? Clearly, yes, any doubt? No. This part. Array, if a U by V method lo first numerator differentiation. A minus ఇక్కడ కామన్ తీసే కదా మైనస్ మొత్తానికి కామన్ తీసేసారు. Okay, good observation, but my point is very clear here, right? There is a minus. Now what is coming out in the numerator is x square plus y square minus 2 times. This is a plus 2x square plus 2y square. So what is happening for us here? 0. Are we clear on this? When we are doing del bar cross f bar, dou by dou x of this minus, right? Just please confirm whether my calculation part is right or not. Dou by dou x I cap plus dou by dou y j cap cross f bar. So indulo I cap term is a positive. We will ignore I cap. I cap cross j cap. J cap means yes, correct only. Next, plus I cap cross j cap term. Correct. I cap cross I cap this, I cap cross j cap term we will do. We will get this only. Next thing, indulo dou y dou x of I cap just minus a, right. Right. Everything is correct there. So I got 0. Right. The issue here is if at x comma y is not equal to 0, or we won't consider x comma y comma z. The problem is, see, to say f conservative or not, if at x comma y f is not definable, then f is a non-conservative force. And that is the reason why we have selected D. If x comma y is not in our domain, which means your space is excluding that x comma y, then f bar is conservative. Because if the same question is given to you tomorrow, for example, how to answer? You should check x comma y included in our domain or not. If x comma y is included, the problem is put x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. You cannot define f. If you fail to define f, it is a non-conservative force. Got the point? Therefore, that is the problem. Next, apart from that, rest all it is a conservative only. So which clearly implies work done by this force in the open path MNQ is. Now we will define that also. Now you take first MNQ. అరే ఆర్డర్ ఒకటి పెట్టాలి కదా యారు. See, M to N, x is equal to 1, dx is equal to 0. Y keeps changing. So therefore, work వచ్చేసి integral f bar dot dx bar. This is nothing but చెప్పాలి డాట్ ప్రొడక్ట్ చేసేటప్పుడు y dx by x square plus y square minus x dy by x square plus y square. ఈ టర్మ్ 0 అయిపోతుంది. Why it is 0? Because x constant, dx 0. So therefore, this part is 0 minus. By the way, here in this case, x is constant 1. So now how the way y is affected? dy by 1 plus y square. అది మీరు డిఫరెన్షియేట్ చేయాలి. ఇది వచ్చా మీకు ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేయటం 1 by 1 plus y square. ఏదమ్మా? అంటే మీరు ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తారంటే 1 by y square-ని z-గా తీసుకుంటారు, అంతే కదా? సో 2y dy వచ్చి dz అవుతుంది. ఓకే, సో అలా మీరు మార్చుకుని చేసుకుంటారు ఇది వర్క్. నెక్స్ట్ యాక్చువల్లీ సెకండ్ పార్ట్ కూడా ఇంతే. n2q వచ్చేసి y ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1, dy ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 0. అప్పుడేమవుతుంది? wf bar dot dr bar is equal to same thing you will get, but here you will put a 0. It will become y dx by x square plus y square. The problem is, see, ఇది ఎంత మైనస్ ఇదంతే ప్లస్, కరెక్టేనా? So therefore, clearly what you can say is, suppose if this is some p, this is going to be minus a p. Let this be W1 and let this be W2. So W1 plus W2 is 0. But what have you given here? Pi by 2, which is wrong. You want wrong statements only. So therefore, B and D are wrong statements. Work done by F closed path అయితే 0, closed path అయితే 0. రెండు కరెక్టే. You want incorrect statements. Next. ఇది కూడా నేను సాల్వ్ చేశాను, ఒకసారి చూసుకుందాం నేను తర్వాత మీరు. నెక్స్ట్ ఇది చూడండి ఒకసారి. Uniform chain of mass m and length L hangs from a hook in the ceiling as shown in the figure 1. The bottom of link is now raised vertically with the help of upward external force F of y very slowly as shown. Right. The విషయం ఏంటంటే you are raising it very slowly. So you have raised x, understood. Now please try to understand. See, every time this part and this part is the same. Now please try to understand. You are raising it slowly, don't forget that. You are raising it slowly. If this is y, always this term becomes Ravi, the y by 2. అక్కడ చూడండి, అది y by 2 కదా. ఇప్పుడు దీని ఫ్రీ బాడీ డయాగ్రామ్ తీసుకుంటే, ఈ చైన్ ఫ్రీ బాడీ డయాగ్రామ్ తీసుకుంటే, ఈ ఫ్రీ ఎండ్లో టెన్షన్ 0. ఇక్కడ యూ హ్యావ్ అప్లైడ్ ఎ ఫోర్స్ F5 అండ్ దీని వెయిట్ పార్ట్ వచ్చేసి λ y by 2 g. ఎఫ్ ఆఫ్ వై వచ్చేసి అది పరిస్థితి. ఓకేనా? లాంబ్డా ఈజ్ మాస్ పర్ యూనిట్ లెంగ్త్. First part is done. Work done by Fi in raising end B to position of the end A is ఏముందండి, ఇంటిగ్రల్ MGY by 2L dy. అది ఎంత తీసుకెళ్తావు నువ్వు? ఇప్పుడు y/2 ఉంది. ఫైనల్గా నువ్వు ఎంత తీసుకెళ్తావు? L/2 తీసుకెళ్తావు, అంతేగా? కరెక్టేనా కాదా? కాదు, y0 నుంచి YL దాకా తీసుకెళ్తావు. y0 నుంచి YL దాకా తీసుకెళ్తావు కదా. మీరు ఆలోచించుకోవాల్సింది పాయింట్, పుట్టు y ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు L, యూఆర్ క్యారింగ్ హాఫ్ ఆఫ్ ద లోడ్, అంతే కదా. అంటే y లిమిట్స్ ఐడెంటిఫై చేస్తారు. y ఈజ్ టేకెన్ ఫ్రమ్ హియర్ టు హియర్, సో 0 to L. ఇది ఏమొస్తుంది అంటే MGL స్క్వేర్ by 2 into already there is a 2L. This is MGL by 4. So therefore, B and C are correct answers for this. Do you have any doubt in this? Any doubt in this? So you said you have done option B or option C? మీరు B చేశారు, C రాలా. ఒకళ్ళేమో C చేశారు, B రాలా. నేనేమంటానంటే ఇన్ ఫైనల్ ఎగ్జామ్ ఆల్సో you are not confident about C, say for example, stay at B only. You'll get at least 1 mark. Next. చూడండి ఇది. Immediately work on this. 1 minute. 'A force F is equal to 10 newtons is applied at one end of the string. The other end of the string is tied to a block of mass 10 kg. Now, please try to understand, if this is 2, if this is a 37, initially, this is of length L naught. Can you please help me in writing L naught? 2 by L naught is sin 37, which is nothing but 3 by 5. Initially 30 degrees, 30 degrees. So 1 by 2. L naught is 4. Later on, at an instant, it is L when it is a sin 37, which is nothing but 3 by 5. L is 10 by 3. So what is the difference? 4 minus 10 by 3. 12 minus 10 by 3. 2 by 3 made. 2 by 3 meter. Remember what is work? Now this point of application of force will move till this point. By the time the block reaches here, Yes or no? So this displacement is 2 by 3 meter. So what is the expression for work? Work is force into displacement. Okay, what is force here? Force, is it a fixed force? 50 times 2 by 3, which is nothing but 100 by 3 joule. A is the correct answer. Okay. When A is correct, B is wrong. The final velocity of the block, if in area, this is the work done. This is the net work done on the system, right? So therefore, net work done is a change in K. Don't ask me silly questions like, but that is not the force that your area CE. Whether you apply force F here, this is the same force F acts over here, the same force F acts over here. These are internal forces. This will be the only external force. So which means 100 by 3 is equal to change in kinetic energy. Half mv square. 200 by 3 is mass. By the way, what is the mass? 10 kg into v square. And then anything else? Boys and girls. Is it having any initial velocity? When it was at rest, right? Implies v is equal to root 20 by 3 meter per second. Absolutely correct. The ratio of initial acceleration to final acceleration of the block. Simple. Initially, this is your block, and this is the force that you are applying, which is a constant 30 degrees. Finally, this is the block, force F, that makes an angle 37 degrees. See, acceleration initially by acceleration finally is nothing but the ratio of the forces. Even F is also constant. F cos 30 by F cos 37. Root 3 by 2 divided by cos 37. 4 by 5. This is 5 root 3 by 8. Absolutely correct. Any doubt in this question, boys and girls? Pakka? Sure? Right. This is the next question. Please go through these questions. Theory question all. Repeated. Just can you, Varun, choose the correct statement, sir. There are 4 options given. Go through the question, everyone. Arey, you're looking at my face, right? When the net external force on the system is zero, kinetic energy of the system remains conserved. Not necessarily correct. For example, you take when a bomb is exploded, when bomb is exploded, fragments gain kinetic energy. There is no external force, but still the fragments gain kinetic energy. So therefore, Ke conserved is wrong. Work done by friction on an object when an object moves in a closed path can be zero. See, if it is a static friction, it is possible. If it is a kinetic friction, it is not possible. If it is a static friction, it is possible. ఎందుకంటే కెన్ అంటే ఒక్కసారి అయితే చాలు. If it happens once, it is okay. The net work done by static friction, ఈ యాక్షన్ రియాక్షన్ పేరు అరే నేను సి చూడాల ఆ పైన చెప్పా. కనీసం మీరు చేసేటప్పుడన్నా సి నుంచి బి ఇంటి తీసుకోవాలి. Two surfaces in any time interval in any reference is also zero because there is no slipping. No slipping. No relative slipping. In static friction, there is no relative slipping. Even though there is a force, because there is no slipping, work is zero. If it is a kinetic friction, there will be relative slipping. So there will be work. So therefore, C correct, B correct. The net work done by kinetic friction action-reaction pair between two surfaces does not depend on the frame of reference in which work is calculated. Avunu correct. Because it depends only on two things. It depends on kinetic friction dot relative displacement. ఇదేంటి displacement of one surface with respect to other. Whether you are at rest, whether you are in motion in some other frame, this part remains the same. So therefore, it depends only on these two factors. So now tell me where the frame is affecting in this circle. So therefore, D is a correct statement. But I still open this discussion to you. If you have any doubts, you please ask me. Tejaswini, any doubt? Pakka? Right. But static friction also the same situation. There is no relative slipping. Whether you are in an inertial frame or a non-inertial frame makes no difference. Next question. Yes, work on this now immediately. Immediately. There are some other questions which I need to discuss actually. Today, what I'll try to do is I'll solve all. If I am solving, it is taking time. I'll solve all and I'll discuss in one shot. Any single question or any single model that comes from my notes, you should be in a state to do it in the exam. Plus the assignment questions. Right. Tomorrow morning, I'll try to discuss your doubts in assignments. See, triangular block is moving horizontally with constant velocity. That is none of your headache. Someone is maintaining that. Right. The block A always remains stationary with respect to the triangular block. Always remains stationary. How is this possible? Simple. You try to draw the free body diagram of this block. Now here, remember it is moving with constant velocity. No pseudo force is required. Mg sin theta friction. Friction is balancing mg sin theta all the time. And that is the reason why it is remaining at rest with respect to the wedge. So therefore, F is mg sin theta. And of course, you will have this mg cos theta term and a normal reaction term. The work done by normal reaction N and triangular block. First of all, in this case, normal reaction on the block acts like this. And this is the displacement of the block in some time t, which is V naught t. Can you please help me in angles? This is 90 minus theta. Of course, boys, this is a theta, so this is a theta, so this is 90 minus theta. So work done by normal reaction force on block. On block. Are we clear on this? Is equal to simply n into displacement into cos 90 minus theta. N here is clearly mg cos theta. S clearly V naught t sin theta. So this is nothing but mg V naught t sin 2 theta by 2. So work done by normal reaction on the block. So what is the work done by normal reaction on wedge? Reverse of this, because action reaction pair. So minus of mg V naught t sin 2 theta by 2. Done. Work done by normal reaction on the triangular block. On the block is 0. When I said A, B, right. The work done by the normal reaction on the block A. That is okay, fine. The D option missing, but I think I have given everything here. Suppose if you ask me work done by friction, for example, work done by friction. So how to identify? This is the frictional force and this is the displacement. And this makes an angle theta. This angle is 180 minus theta. So work done by friction is F V naught T cos 180 minus theta. So this is nothing but minus mg cos theta minus mg sin theta, because friction is mg sin theta, magnitude. This minus is due to cos 180 minus theta. V naught t cos theta. This can be written as minus mg by 2 V naught t sin 2 theta. So work done by friction. Work done by gravitational force 0. Why? Weight acts downwards, displacement is horizontal. So work done by gravitational force is 0. Because I don't know what options are there for T. So therefore, I'm just assuming maybe they might pick anything from this region. Any doubt till this point? Now we will take up this. The potential energy U in joule of a particle of mass 1 kg moving in XY plane obeys the law U is equal to 4 pi. That's the situation. ఏదన్నా చెప్పప్ప F minus 2U by 2x I cap minus 2U by 2y j cap F bar. So finally F bar is minus 3 I cap minus 4 j cap. Any doubts? Clear? No. Now one thing is very clear. Ax is minus 3. Ay is minus 4. Initial location of x naught is 6. Initial location of y naught is 4. Okay. Got the point? Initial velocity is 0, of course. A is correct. The particle has a constant acceleration. When the force is constant, acceleration is constant. ఏది వచ్చినా రాపోయినా you can at least answer that in multi-correct answer type question. The particle has zero acceleration. When you accepted A, B is wrong. The speed of the particles, right. Now everything is starting from rest. What do you mean by speed of the particle when it crosses y-axis? Crossing y-axis implies x is equal to 0. So what is the displacement in the x direction? It is simply half ax t square. So x is x naught minus half x naught minus x naught plus half ax t square, which means x naught is nothing but boys 6 minus a half 3 t square x. You want x is equal to 0, t is equal to 2 seconds. Right. T is equal to 2 seconds. Now at t is equal to 2 seconds, what is Vx? Vx is simply axt minus in the sense in the negative x direction minus 6 meter per second. Vy ayt minus 8 meter per second. V 10 meter per second. What is the coordinate of the particle at t is equal to 1? Simple. X is simply x naught plus a half ax t square. So 6 minus a half 3 into 1 square, which is nothing but 4.5 meter. Similarly, Similarly, you have y is equal to y naught plus half ay t square. Y naught 4 minus a half 4 into 1. 4 minus 2, 2 meter. So the position coordinates are 4.5 comma 2, which is correct, absolutely correct. So if you have any doubt, please ask me. Boys and girls. Paka? Right. All these are really, really very good questions. I don't know to what extent I can cover this, but I'll try my level best to finish off this. And this time I'm very confident. Suppose if it is a difficult paper, concept still remains the same. Go through this question. A man is standing on a plank which is placed on a smooth horizontal surface. There is a sufficient friction between the feet of the man and plank. Now man starts running over the plank. Correct statements is or. See, while I was running, see a very simple thing, it is a smooth. Please try to understand. Man, try to feel that you are walking. When you are walking, your toe will have a tendency to move back. For you to move forward, the toe will have a tendency to move backward. So the friction offers a forward support action. And the plank, this is action. The corresponding point on the other side, this is the reaction. Work done by friction on man with respect to ground is a negative. Correct or wrong? A man starts running over the plank. Yes, negative. Why? Because this contact point is moving back. Hello. The contact point, why it is negative, I'll explain. Point of application is moving back. While friction acts forward. Yes or no? Just please confirm. Here itself, the proof is this is a contact point. There is no slipping across these 2 points. So lower point is same as the top point. So very clear that what is happening is that that particular contact point is moving backwards, whereas friction is acting forward. So therefore, work done by friction on man with respect to ground is negative. Work done by friction on man with respect to ground is, when A is correct, B is wrong. Work done by friction on plank with respect to ground is positive. True. Why? This contact point as well as this friction is in the same direction. Our contact point is moving backwards. Contact, we'll name this point as P. Contact point P is moving back, and friction is also in same direction. So C is correct. Work done by friction on man with respect to plank is 0. Yes. Why? No slipping. If there is no slipping, static friction. No slipping, so static friction. So work done by this is 0. 2 theory questions I have done, similar questions. I don't want anyone to go wrong in these questions. I'm telling you again. Tejaswini, any doubt? Pakka? Right. A similar question. That's the question. Potential energy of a particle of mass 1 kg in a conservative field is given. అరే ఎన్ని క్వశ్చన్స్ చేస్తుంటాను రా దీని మీద నేను. So therefore, what is F? Minus of dou U by dou X I cap, dou U by dou Y J cap. So by doing which you will have the differentiation part of this. You will get this as minus 6x y square minus 6 I cap minus dou U by dou Y. So the other term will become 0, 6x square y j cap. That's the force. Initially, the particle is at 1, 1 and at rest. Then, now what is modulus of Ax bar? It is nothing but, why there is a minus, both are minus only. No? Here plus hai kada. Here minus common, this is already. Now put x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1. You will get 6 plus 16. 24 meter per second square. What is AY bar magnitude? Everything is 1, 6 meter per second. So what is acceleration? Under root AX square plus AY square. Root 24 square plus 6 square. Solve this. 6 is common actually. So therefore, you will get 6 common out. Root 5 meter per second square. Absolutely correct. Work done to slowly bring the particle to origin is slowly, and there is no change in Ke. అప్పుడు ఇంకేముంటుందిరా వర్క్ నో చేంజ్ ఇన్ కేఈ. ఇప్పుడు మీకు నాన్ కన్జర్వేటివ్ ఫోర్సెస్ లేవు, ప్యూర్లీ కన్జర్వేటివ్ ఫోర్స్. నేను ఇప్పుడు ఏమని అడుగుతానంటే యు ఇనీషియల్ ఎంత? వాట్ ఈజ్ ఎక్స్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1, వై ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1 పెడతావు. పెడితే ఇదేమొస్తుంది 3 + 6 9 జౌల్స్. వాట్ ఈజ్ యు ఫైనల్? ఆరిజిన్ అంటే x ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 0, y ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 0. ఇప్పుడు కలర్ చేంజ్. వర్క్ డన్ బై ఎక్స్టర్నల్ ఏజెన్సీ ప్లస్ వర్క్ డన్ బై కన్జర్వేటివ్ ఫోర్స్ ప్లస్ వర్క్ డన్ బై నాన్ కన్జర్వేటివ్ ఫోర్స్ ఈజ్ చేంజ్ ఇన్ కేఈ. యూ సెడ్ స్లోలీ, దట్ ఈస్ 0. దెర్ ఇస్ నో నాన్ కన్జర్వేటివ్ ఫోర్స్. వర్క్ డన్ బై కన్జర్వేటివ్ ఫోర్స్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ మైనస్ ఆఫ్ యూ ఫైనల్ మైనస్ యూ ఇనీషియల్. నా వంక అన్ని సినిమా చూసినట్టు చూస్తున్నారు. Work, what is work done by conservative force? Minus of U final minus U initial. 0 minus 9. Correct enough? So therefore, work done by external force is minus joule. Wrong. If the particle is left free, it moves in a straight line. No. It won't move in a straight line because acceleration x is a complex function of xy. Even Ay is a complex function of xy. So now please tell me how it will go. No. So it won't go in a straight line path. It may be some curved path if the particle is left free. When will it will go straight line path? I will explain. If it is simply Ax constant, Ay constant, it go in a straight line path. Right. Any doubt? Boys and girls? A force of F is equal to అది ఎన్ని మోడల్స్ చెప్తున్నా చూడండి రా మీరు. A force of F a bar is given to you. If the work done by the force is, find the value of eta. Now how to do? అసలు ఫస్ట్ మనం చెక్ చేయాల్సింది ఏంటంటే ఈజ్ ఇట్ కన్జర్వేటివ్ ఆర్ నాట్. If it is a conservative, simply we can conclude that path independent. Let me just see. Del bar cross F bar kadam. This is nothing but dou by dou x I cap plus dou by dou y j cap times F bar 2x y cube I cap plus 3x square y square j cap. I cap కాదు ఈ టర్మ్ తీసుకుంటే డిఫరెన్షియేషన్లో యూ విల్ గెట్ 6x y square minus ఈ టర్మ్ తీసుకుంటే యూ విల్ గెట్ 6x y square అంతేగా k cap which is 0. So this is a conservative force. This is a conservative force. So it depends only on the initial and final positions. So dW is F bar dot dr bar 2x y cube dx plus 3x square y square dy. ఇది ఇంకోలా కూడా చూసుకోవచ్చు మీరు. This is nothing but d of x square y cube. Are we clear or not? ఏం లేదు తెలుసు నాకు. ఒక కన్ఫర్మేషన్ కన్జర్వేటివ్ ఫోర్స్ అని నేను కన్ఫర్మ్ చేసుకుంటే ఇట్ డిపెండ్స్ ఓన్లీ ఆన్ ఇనీషియల్ అండ్ ఫైనల్ పాయింట్. అదే మీ ఉద్దేశం ఏంటి? O to A W1, A to B W2, B to C W3 కడతాను అనుకున్నారా? చచ్చిన గట్ట. So therefore the total work done from 0, 0 to 2A, 2A is x square y cube. Initially is 0, finally is 2A, 2A. Now you substitute. రెండో తరంతో పని లేదు. 2A square 2A cube minus 0. 2 square 2 cube 4 8 32 A to the power of 5. That's all. అది చాలా మోడల్స్ చెప్పాను. ఇది ఒక్క క్వశ్చన్ కూడా పోకూడదు దీనిలో. తేజస్వి షూర్ చేస్తావా? పోతాయా? అర్థమవుతుందా? పక్క రైట్. ఈ మోడల్స్ చెప్తే ఇవి నేను ఈవినింగ్ నేను మీకు టకటక కవర్ చేసేస్తాను. రైట్. రేపు అసైన్మెంట్స్ మీద డౌట్స్ కంప్లీట్గా అండ్ ఫస్ట్ ఇది చెప్పి తర్వాత దాని దగ్గరికి వెళ్తాను. రైట్. A particle of mass m is equal to 1 kg is free to move along the x-axis. It is acted upon by a single conservative force which is described by potential energy function represented in the graph. The particle is projected towards left with a speed v0 from the origin. The minimum value of V naught for which the particle will escape away from the origin is. See, the issue is you have potential energy. Now, for example, here the potential energy is 0. Here the potential energy is 12.5. Suppose if the potential energy, total energy here is slightly greater than 12.5, then what happens? The velocity won't become 0 here. It will still move further. That's all. Forget about that. So therefore, how to handle this situation? Now, total energy at this point, let this be E. E is potential energy 12.5 joule plus kinetic energy at A. And that should be same as half m V naught square. Remember, KEA is half m V naught square minus 12.5. To escape KEA greater than or equal to 0. So half m V naught square minus 12.5 greater than or equal to 0. So V naught greater than or equal to under root 25. So V naught minimum is 5 meter per second. If your speed is 5 meter per second, it will escape. If you are projecting towards the left, if you are projecting towards the right, all this left projection, leftward projection. Okay. I am doing a big cheating part for you. But escape only in the left hand side in చెప్పాడు మీకు. They didn't mention only to escape. The condition strictly to escape towards negative x-axis. But he didn't told like that. Suppose it is not reaching A. What happens? It will go and reverse back like this. Yes or no? Now, in that case, what is your hurtle? 8 joules is the hurtle. Which means let this be point P. So kinetic energy at B is half mv naught square minus 8 joule. Correct na? 8 joule. So KEB greater than 0 for escaping. So therefore, V naught square greater than or equal to 16. V naught greater than or equal to 4 meter per second. If the question is just to escape, 4 is okay. If the question is to escape strictly in the left hand side, 5 is the answer. So strictly to escape towards negative x-axis, you require 5 meters per second. To escape, 4 meter per second is required. Don't get confusion here. Right? So if it is strictly to the negative x direction, you require a different speed. You are not particular about left or right. 4 meter per second is just sufficient. Okay? Clear? Right. And yeah, this will be the last question. Make it fast. Consider two frames of references S and S dash. The first one being fixed to the ground. S is fixed to the ground. S is a ground frame observer. S dash. It is also moving with a constant velocity of 5 meters per second. A block of mass 4 kg initially at rest with respect to S dash. Means actually it is having a speed of 5 meters per second. Is acted upon by a force of 14 newtons for 3 seconds in the positive x direction. Neglect. According to observer S. Yes. According to S, he is having an initial speed of 5 meters per second. So he is having an initial kinetic energy of half into, by the way, mass 4 kg into 25. So which is nothing but 50 joules. That is the initial KE. Okay. Now you acted upon by this much force for 3 seconds. So this results F into T is equal to final momentum minus initial momentum. So final momentum is 14 into 3 plus initial momentum, 4 into 5. Hello? Because you said it is having a velocity of 5 meters per second. 20. 14 3s 40, 42 plus 20. రే అలా చూస్తారు ఎవరైనా కరెక్టే కదా 62. So therefore final velocity is 62 by 4, which is nothing but 31 by 2 meter per second. Final kinetic energy. అసలు final kinetic energy అంటే simply pf square by 2m. 62 into 62 by 8. సాల్వ్ చేసుకుంటే మీకు వచ్చేది 62 into 62 divided by 8, 480.5. This is the final kinetic energy. Change in kinetic energy ఎంత అవుతుంది? 480.5 minus 50. 430.5. This is the change in kinetic energy. Work done is change in kinetic energy. So option D is correct. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. Any doubts? Boys and girls. According to an observation frame S, initial K is 0. Color change. According to S dash, KE initial is 0. KE final is F into T, momentum gada, square by 2m. F into T anta 14 into 3. Endra 42. 42 into 42 divided by 8. What is that you are getting? 42 into 42 divided by 8. 220.5. అందుకే ఈ ఆన్సర్స్ అన్ని అక్కడ కూడా ఇచ్చాడు మిమ్మల్ని కన్ఫ్యూజ్ చేయడానికి. సో ద ఇనిషియల్ KE of the block 0. Final KE of the block wrong. The change in kinetic energy wrong. So delta KE with respect to S dash is simply 220.5 Joule. Kabatti D correct. Are we clear? Pakka? Sure? Right. So maximum models I have covered. All these are additional actually. Additional ante koncham higher order. Let me check in the first end. Anything missed? Anything. Suppose if there is anything missed, that I will write the solution. This spring and I just held it up. I think rest I have discussed mostly. All springs held it up. Rest all I have done. So any questions from This area, I expect you to do well, right? Now you start working aside.